Hell! Oh, my name is Abe, and welcome back to Monster Train. I don't mean to alarm you, but my internet's not working right now. This seems to happen every, couple of days. I don't know why. I guess that's what you get when you have a, home internet connection from a major ISP in the United States. But, well, I have nothing else to do right now. Can't do any of my work, so let's play a run of Monster Train, shall we? Awoken, Exile, Primary Clan, Wormkin, Secondary Clan. We start with the Wormtooth Relic, which allow our starter cards to all be infused, which grant us shards per floor, and we start with the Root Seeds and Fractures and Wildenton. Gotta say, I really like this start. This is a pretty strong start, I feel. Wildenton is a pretty good unit to have, especially if you give him quick and sweep, and then all of a sudden he handles floors on his own. Strangely, the incant version of Wildenton is the tankiest, but the effects you get from the other ones are still pretty darn good. Although you can get quick from a quick book, so if you get a quick book, you probably don't need quick on Wildenton. But Root Seeds, Fractures, we should be able to build up a lot of charged echoes on a floor. So we are looking for things like Proclamation. Anything with Extract would be a lovely card to add in. And especially if we get things like Extract that buff attacks, I always forget the name of the cards, we can buff Wildenton's damage that way. We don't need to take the incant version of him. Who do we have? Damage, Shield, Bombs, Arcus, Spells, and Death. Seraph the Temperament, which is aka Seraph the Sap. Probably one of the easiest ones, but isn't that the Seraph that gives you, what is it called? Ember Drain? The Ember Drain sweep units? I can never remember. Iron Drop Cage, whenever you would ascend or descend an enemy, also apply days 2. We don't have any of those, but there are some descend cards. Well, I guess there's only one, and it is a green card. We could get the Magic Orb and put descend on it as well. Pyre gaining attack is not that important. It's gonna kill most things in one hit anyways. I think we'll go for the Iron Drop Cage, but I really don't anticipate it being useful maybe for the entire run. I don't know. Hell's Banners is pretty useful early. We are gonna have a few units that we're gonna be playing. I don't know if we're gonna be playing too many units. We don't really have anything that consumes, so that's also a worthless relic, the Trader's Quill. Blights and Scourges cost 0. That is really good, but you tend to have enough energy, I think, running Wormkin and Awoken. We're gonna make the Root Seeds cheap if we ever go to a spell shop. We're gonna, have Proclamations and Stings that we can play for free, and Graft can give us energy. We can upgrade it and duplicate it. We have Wildenton. I think out of this, I do like the energy, but if I just said we don't have an energy problem, let's take Blights and Scourges cost 0, then we can just... I'm taking Hell's Banners. I want to make sure we can play our units, and that's basically it. Now for the buff, for the version. We don't even have the opportunity to take the Incant Wildenton. I was thinking about taking it. Instead, we have Quick and we have Sweep. Now, with Predator, we can take a Sweeper, and we don't have to upgrade that Sweeper with Quickness. They will have Quickness innate from Wildenton. Wildenton can tank for them, or we can have someone else tank for Wildenton. Wildenton, I think with the Quickness, he goes quick and then multi-strike and then multi-strike again. And that's a lot of damage. It is nice to have Wildenton just be able to hit a lot and hard. If we go for the sweep route, he takes care of his own floor, but if we go for the sweep route, he tends not to live that long, I've noticed in the past. I think we want to go for one or the other. And I think out of all of this, I'm gonna try a quick Wildenton, and I'm not gonna buff him in another fashion. I think I'm just gonna make him quick and then give him multi-strike, and then he's just gonna be a damage unit. And then if we have a sweeper, we can put it behind, or put him behind the sweeper, and the sweeper can also function as a tank, which is effectively what Wildenton is doing anyways, except now we have a multi-strike unit for free. I'm gonna give it a shot anyways. Brah, brah, brah. Yeah. And we'll try that on the top floor. So, Wildington will come out. I really don't mind if a train steward dies. Like, if a train steward takes 5, I would actually, now that I think about it, I would prefer that the train steward lives. Because if the train steward lives, it'll help kill these units. I don't have to play another one. We don't have to get Ember Drain in the future. We'll be fine. We'll be fine. Game seems a little loud for me. Let me just crank it down a little bit. I might have to adjust it a little bit in post. All right, what do we have? You garbage units. Deal 50 damage to the front enemy unit. I have to play Fracture. No, I don't. Fracture? Well, I do. In order to kill the Collector, I do have to not play Proclamation. We can do that, we just know that we're gonna be taking 3 damage. Didn't quite have the energy, even though I was just talking about energy. Now, you are not taking much damage at all, except you're dead, so we're good. You are not really doing too much. We will buff. At this point, we should buff the Train Steward because they're gonna live longer than the champion will. Make sure that you die, that's the most important thing. Make sure that you die, that's the most important thing. You are dying. If I reap you, you will take 6 times 2. No, 3 times 2, or you will take 6 damage. Which means you are not going to die, you're gonna hit the pyre once, and the pyre will take 3 damage. That's not a big deal. Now, is it worth more to reap the boss or root seeds a train steward? I think it's worth more to root seeds the train steward. Specifically, what I'm thinking is I want to play Proclamation. It's gonna ruin the reap effect anyways, so we'll just do it like that. Keep buffing. 6, 20, 30, you're already dead. Excellent. The pyre taking 3 damage, not really a big deal. I'm happy with that. That's just the power of Wildington. He's a very, very good starting unit, which is effectively what he is right now, just a starting unit. Razor Sharp. Yeah. The damage buff. It will go well on Wildington later if we're going for the multi-strike version. It'll go well on a sweeper if we get one. It's a good holdover target. Might theoretically be better than the Extract to gain 15 attack. I did see the Consume as well, but this is what we want right there. Extract when apply 10 health. I did see the Consume regen, but if we can get Echo Infusion every turn, that's more HP that we're gonna get out of a Consume card that we have to find a way of bringing back. Wormkin unit or Awoken unit. If the Wormkin unit we get is an egg, I don't think we'll play it. It's really hard to play eggs if you don't start with a egg extraction card. But egg extraction cards, I believe, are rare? What is it called? Hatch? Well, on Hatch it summons. What's the name of the effect for? Oh, it's just shell. Shell. Shattered Shell. Remove 3 shell, rare. Shell, uncommon. Well, it's unit, rare unit. So yeah, accelerated incubation is the only thing that removes shells, and it is a rare, which is unfortunate. It means you're not gonna get that early on a run, which makes it hard to build around the egg, boys. Merchant of Steel, yes. I'd much rather go for a Merchant of Magic though. Holdover would be something that we would want. We would put that on an Echo Infusion or Razor Sharp Edge. We can make the Root Seeds cheap, so we can actually play them on the cheap. In Graft, we can buff a little bit. And if we do get a Sweeper or a Multi-Striker from the Awoken banner, we'll be happy. Permafrost, not so much. Magic Power, Consume. You know, it's probably worth it on a Proclamation. Can we buy 2 things and reroll for 110? As long as it's not more expensive than 115, we would be able to afford something else. I might just say instead, reroll, just in case it's more expensive. It wasn't, and we didn't actually get anything that was really of value, nothing really that we wanted. So I'm just gonna buff and graft, and I will make the other root seeds cheaper. Basically, I want all of the root seeds to be free, and then they're free plays. We did get a shattered shell. Yeah, it's pretty good. It's not the tank that we wanted, but it is a sweeper and it will be quick, so it's good enough. I say tank because if we buff Wildenton along this path, he's going to have 30 health, and that's not enough for a tank. So we would like to have a tank in front of him. If we get a large stone, I'll take capacity, put a shattered shell out in front, it'll have the HP, Wildenton in the back and just have the multi-strike. If we get enough like Echo Infusions rolling around quickly, we can use those to keep him going. We got options. I do think I want this. Echo Infusion, Extract 1, Spell Chain. It's pretty good. Could have also done it with Razor Sharp to buff the damage, but buffing the health is probably a little bit better. It's unfortunate that that is not an infused card, but I'm not gonna worry about it too much. Could purge, I would rather save for... I don't know, maybe we'll do a Merchant of Magic. Maybe we'll do the duplication and get another unit. I mean, what unit are we looking for? This would be a really good opportunity to get the Awoken Hollow, put it inside of Shattered Shell, and then every time we heal, we get a cultivation trigger. Just saying. Armor 10. It's gonna suck. It's gonna suck initially, but enemy units are gonna do 1 damage to the pyre, which is not that bad. Any of our spells can kill them. Proclamation, Sting brings them down to 1. And as soon as we get Razor Sharp Edge, Shattered Shell can kill everything. So hopefully we just draw that quick. I know we have 25 cards in the deck. It's probably not gonna be that quick. And we have to worry about the strong units, but that's okay. Yeah, we're just gonna do the same thing. Yeah. So Shattered Shell's gonna go in the back. You can kill him. I'd rather infuse you, work on you. Can't Proclamation. Let's see what we have. Proclamation. Can't Proclamation again, unfortunately, but again, the pyre's only gonna be taking 3 damage. It's not a big deal. Now, Sting does not save us any damage. So we'll Sting here. Actually, we'll Train Steward here. Sting here. We might be able to kill this guy. Root Seeds, Shattered Shell. We need Shattered Shell to get buffed so that they can kill enemies in 1 hit. Enough Root Seeds will do it. We didn't get what we were looking for, which was Razor Sharp, but we do have 2 Root Seeds, which is not quite enough. So you're probably gonna make it to the pyre, except you're not, because you will die to the Fracture, which is totally fine. Fracture. Yeah, we're gonna be 1 Root Seed shy of actually getting the kill, which is fine. You're taking 10. You're gonna hit the pyre for 5. Yeah. It is what it is. Oh, there's Razor Sharp Edge. Now, unfortunately, High Priestess of the Light, or High Priest of the Light, you are annoying because you sweep. I think we buy ourselves some time. I'm gonna use Razor Sharp to kill the backline unit. Now you're gonna take an extra turn moving up. Echo Infusion, Echo Infusion, Echo Infusion, which is gonna go on the champion as well. I wanna make sure that the champion has the damage at this point because they have the health. Could Razor Sharp, or rather could Fracture, or could Root Seeds. We got coming up. 2 Proclamations, some Fractures, nothing up here. I'm gonna Fracture you, start getting that up. Because on the top floor, we should have maximum stacks anyways. I don't think you're gonna make it past us. Now I would like to kill you in the front. Can I do that? I can. Now you're taking 12 damage. It's not that much, but now's the moment of truth. Taking 206 out of 207. Sting, sting. Boom, done. Anyways. Sweep is gonna be annoying for any big units that we have. That's kind of why I would like to get an Awoken Hollow. Steel Enhancer. It's not much, but it is a way of buffing health. Wildwood Sap, though, because it's infused, I am leaning towards that. It's a small heal. It'll keep someone going for a few extra turns. Yeah. Yeah, I think you got it. We did get the Awoken Hollow. We also got another Shattered Shell, but we don't need 2 Shattered Shells. A Awoken Hollow that'll function as a tank for the champion is basically perfect, and that'll go on the Sweeper. Now we could put the Sweeper inside of the Awoken Hollow. We could put something else inside of the Awoken Hollow. I don't think that's necessary. I think we've got our units. We might be able to function just on the units that we have. I doubt it, but we might be able to. So what I think we do is I think we... And we can only meld here after 2 more fights. Good lord. It's gonna take a while. It's not ideal. Hopefully we can survive a couple of fights before then. Do we want a Hellvent? Do we want an Awoken Banner? Do we want just a couple of magical spell upgrades? Again, Holdover, Echo Infusion, Echo Transfer, both would be fine. Echo Transfer only takes 1 Echo because of the built-in infusion. It's a good card. Could go there, re-roll immediately, and then just buy a couple of cheap upgrades if we don't get anything we want. Hellvent, like, I'm looking at it and there's nothing really to Hellvent. We don't really have anything upgraded that we want another copy of, maybe Engraft. So yeah, we'll go to the right. Could also get an Awoken multi-striker at the banner unit, but theoretically that's the champion, right? Right? Actually, there's money here too. Remove Consume. No, magic power, yeah. -1, yes. Just keep buffing the root seeds to make them free. Permafrost. Man, these are not very good upgrades that we're getting here, unfortunately. I'll make a proclamation. Exhaust, I will upgrade another root seeds. Anything else I'll pay for. Root seeds, I want free. Tempted to remove a card, but let's see what we get at the cavern. Upgrade a unit with +10 attack. Apply +5 attack to your pyre, restore health on the pyre. Man, this is not a good time for a strength stone. But on the Shattered Shell, it does mean that we can actually start killing units on turn 1. Am I really just gonna put +10 on it? We don't need the Sweeper to kill everything immediately, and it's gonna have 28 damage once we do the meld, and then if we get a large stone, it'll have 43. That's more than enough. We're more worried about health on this unit right now, which theoretically is gonna get fixed with the Hollow. And actually, now that I think about it, the regen's gonna work well with this. So I'm gonna put the health in the Shattered Shell for now as just a holdover measure so that we can live through a couple of rounds. Your bombs will still go off, which is very annoying here, but there's not much we can do about that. Did not get the unit that we wanted, but that's okay. I will play. It's hard to play Wildenton at the bottom because any unit that spawns down here with 1 HP, we don't have an opportunity to kill before they move up. Yes, that's how we buff damage on Shattered Shell, by having it attack, Yeah, okay, that's actually a very good point, dummy. That works. That works. Just do it. Had to think about it for a minute. Had to think. Yeah, we're totally fine with the shattered shell being the thing that gets the kills. Now, although we are still gonna have bombs go off, but not much we can do about that. You, heal up. Heal up more? Yeah, heal up more. You're a big unit. You're a big beefy unit. 17 damage. You're not gonna have enough power to kill him, unfortunately. And we don't have the power to kill the bombs, so health is gonna be a bit of a problem on this. That's what the Echo Infusion is for, though. You extract. Are we gonna be playing a Proclamation? No. Are we gonna be playing a Proclamation up here? Yeah, it'll save the pyre for 2. You're dead. You two are moving up. 2 root seeds. Kills the front unit. A fracture and a Proclamation kills you. And we still have the capability of playing double Echo Infusion, and we can get a trained steward out just to die. You know what? That worked pretty well, and you know what? Stop you from moving up. We're not getting a kill, we're not costing ourselves a kill. We can do this. We can do this. Buff. No reason to incant. Technically is a reason to do this. Put more reap on the boss. You know, the major bosses that they just fly around and enable themselves to get hit like this, it's a good opportunity to just smack them. Add the reap. They don't purge it. It's not the final fight. Echo transfer. This unit doesn't have a lot of health, but there's no sweepers here. The only sweeper might be an elite version of the Forged Disciples. They only do like 4 damage though, so it's not a big deal. You're doing 51, you're killing everything. Let's buff that even more. So don't play Proclamation, because we're getting the kills. Play it here, I guess. You know what? Put down a Train Steward. I know it's gonna cost us 1 energy, but it will also save us a hit on this unit if they're dying. The health is gonna go a long ways down here. 397. We are killing the tank in 1 sweep. Now, do we want to buff our damage or apply Reap and... Well, it's only gonna get 1 Echo, so it's not really that much. Well, hold on. It's gonna get 2 Echoes. It's gonna do 20 damage. He's close. He's close. I mean, he's almost gonna die to this. Never mind, he is gonna die to this. Whatever. I don't know, put it, okay, can't. 84 damage. We really had that much reap on him? I guess we had 4 times. We didn't have 21 stacks, that makes no sense. Spreading Spores, Infuse, Regen 2, Spikes 2. The Regen is what I'm interested in here. That's pretty strong. Make this a -2 cost card. Whip it around. Animus of Speed, Infused, Quick, Husk, Hermit, Sweep, Bog, Chrysalis, Shell, Hatch, Summon, Bog, Flies. No, we don't need Quick. We got a Quick unit already. This might not be how we should be building, because it does feel like we're building a 1 unit deck, which is probably not ideal, but I think it can work, and I think it might work. Grant more Reap. Consume has a chance to discard instead. Well, we do have a couple of Consume now. I think I'll take that. I don't like building around the Reap damage. Quick multi-strike is fine. We'll try to build Wildenton. Unstable Vortex. We will remove 2 Train Stewards, please. Because the spells are good, the Train Stewards are not. Endless. You know, Endless actually goes pretty hard here because if the unit dies, it'll just come back. It's an infinite tank. But if we apply a lot of regen, we don't want that, do we? Okay, I mean, I did get what I want. I just worry now that the unit's too big, but we'll worry about that later. Am I really gonna have to go with another capacity upgrade? I guess I'm hoping that maybe we can go to a concealed caverns and get the book. Restore all health when they move up a floor. Units are gonna be taking a lot of damage. Can we do this? Can we do it? Let's go for it. Now I wish I did take the Scourge cards are free. If you hit the pyre, I don't care. But we can probably start on the bottom floor. Let's give it a go. Now, can I kill you? I don't think I can kill you. I think you're gonna hit the pyre. I want the money, and then buff you up. So the pyre's gonna take 24, 25, 26, 27, 28 damage. 28 damage is not that much. Oh my god, we're not even close to killing you. We've got to play Proclamation. That's why I have Proclamation. That's why I have it, everybody. We want consume regen on you. Get out of here. How much health do you have? Well, you're gonna die, right? So it's not gonna be a problem. You are infused. We gotta start getting more echoes on that floor so we can actually do some damage with echo transfer. Which we have. Could also buff the sweeper. But Wildenton does hit multiple times. I guess you would want a sweeper that hits multiple times. That's the ideal. Good point. I'm just gonna go all in on the bottom floor. I forgot to kill that guy. Luckily, we drew what we needed to kill him. Good stuff, good stuff. Regen 2, spikes 2. We don't need the spikes. I'm just gonna dump that up here. Play this, play this, play this. We have a solid amount of echoes down here. You're dead, not even a problem. I guess the card that we played discarded. It didn't consume. Nothing is consumed. Okay. Wait, really? Wing clippings, putting in work. Okay. Conscription notice is really good. I like it, it's a fun one. That's a skip. Extract and apply melee weakness, infuse extract, deal damage on slate gain. Force contamination, big unit killer. Maybe not the biggest, but big enough. It ain't no days. Now, we can finally do the melding, and our units are filled already. This is gonna be interesting, because if we do the melding now, we're not gonna have capacity, but we will have one big-ass shattered shell. Do we want to do the melding now, or do we want to wait until just after Arcus? I don't know. You know, we don't have quickness on the shattered shell. There's your problem. Because we do have a duplicator. We could duplicate a unit, but we don't really want to have our... We need Descend. We need a Descend card. Iron Drop Cage would have sick value if we had a descend card. Instead, I'm looking at this and I'm like, I don't know, do you duplicate Wildwood Sap so you get more regen out constantly? Spreading Spores, we can see if we can upgrade it here. What else would we duplicate? Echo Infusion? Echo Transfer, maybe, I guess. More damage on something. Engraft is always fun. Like, useless. Useless for now. Could be good. I think we go left and we see what Concealed Caverns gives us, honestly. Spell Chain Purging cost -1. That's not what we're looking for. Spell Chain Echo Transfer, though. I will put the upgrade on that. That's good enough. That's good enough. Might be worth duplicating now. These all suck, so we'll just go for honest. A money infusion later is not ideal. Echo Transfer though, it's good damage. On quicks, on sweeps. Yeah. We're getting mighty high in the packed shards, but the deck is starting to look pretty good. Non-boss enemy units get +6. I think this is a skip. We don't need the money. And we have no way of killing the backline units without putting a sweeper on the top floor. Woken Hollow would be a good tank to stop you and your stealth, which is gonna be a huge, huge, huge problem. I don't even know if we're gonna get any attacks off on you. This is gonna suck. I mean, the +6 attack isn't gonna matter if we're just gonna sweep them on the top floor. You're gonna matter. The enemies are not gonna kill us. It's gonna be the boss or nothing. These units are already dead. We're just not gonna play the Awoken Hollow. We're gonna hope that the Awoken Hollow cycles around through the deck. That's a good Animus. Like, even if we play the Awoken Hollow here, it's not gonna do anything for us. We gotta shuffle and then play units before the boss shows up. So I'm not gonna play the Animus. That's a good damn unit though, good damn unit. Good damn unit, son. 28 damage, we don't need more than that. We're gonna go for Wildenton, and we're gonna go for one of these, and just play that. Well, fingers crossed. We do get through the deck pretty quickly. We have the capability. Oh, the units are just so bad, though. Come on. You might make it to the pyre, which sucks. I can't even play Echo Transfer, damn it. Ah, hey, stuff we can play. Can't even play that. I wish we could have taken draw early, but I'm going for a very specific build and I can't, can I? You're taking 21 damage, so you're not dead currently. If I extract you enough, you will die. So there you go. Keep buffing. Let's get dying to spikes and that's it. Let's get the sap out. I'm just playing the purge spell to dump it. We need to. We need to dump it. If we don't dump it now, we're not gonna dump it. Why did I play that? That's actually probably not a very good play, is it? Everything's dying though. Keep buffing. We need more echoes on that floor, so I'm playing that. This is where it's gonna suck. And now, you know... Oh, I got no reap for the marksman. But we can put up a very minor defense. Can we actually? Everything dies in one hit. We can't put up a defense at all. So we ignore the train steward. I can put a melee weakness on you, which is something. We'll probably draw Reap, which will kill the backline. Then we're gonna have 8 turns of stealth at 14 damage. I mean, at this point, I'm not... Oh, you're still living too. You're gonna hit the pyre once. I don't think we're gonna survive because I don't think we can do any damage before the stealth runs out. We have no anti-stealth technology in the deck. So let me think. Awoken Hollow and Graft. The Awoken Hollow will have survive, die, Animus doesn't do anything. Next round of combat, they attack, we die. So even if I play the Hollow here and buff it, it will die before it attacks at all. If, on the other hand, I can play the Awoken Hollow here, keep the Animus alive just long enough that it can kill the marksman, we'll be, well, maybe not fine, but we'll be able to do something. I will play melee weakness on you, I will buff you. One more health buff, and we can keep the Animus alive to kill the back line. Or we could reap. Really, we just need this tank to live forever. Who wants to live forever? Me, I do. That's not gonna happen. We're not gonna do any damage. You have regen, so we're gonna give you more regen. You have to die. You have to die. You have to live. If nothing here is living to do any damage, we're just gonna buff you. Right. Ideally, you live just long enough to kill this boss. Let's see. Currently dying, but we have an Echo Infusion. We're gonna start there. Now you're taking 370 damage. That happens. Life comes at you fast, Crystal Cloak. Still not good enough, though. I could, well, I'll start here. 370. That was 2 damage. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We're only living to hit once right now. And we're doing 380 damage. If I give you 2 regen, currently you're hitting for 14, let's say 15. 15, 30, 45, 60. If I give you 2 regen, you'll have at least 8 more health by the time you hit for a 5th time. We have 73 HP. So we have 73, it'll be 79, 85, 89, 92, 92 HP? 14, 14, 14, 14, 14 is 80, plus another 14 is 94 HP. So the Spreading Spores should keep us alive for at least 1 more hit. That's 150 damage. I could then play an Echo Infusion to give us an extra 10. Is that enough? It should be. I mean, that's 552 right there, and that's lethal barely. We're exact lethal pretty much. Okay. I'm surprised. I'm very surprised. But we handled that one correctly, I think. We took the trial because I knew that it was going to be the boss or nothing. Like, the boss is the only thing that's going to kill us on that one because of the whole stealth. But we got through it. We got through it. Good, 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 good. I still don't know if we're going to get through the run, but we're going to try. We need more Echo creation. We don't need more Echo extraction. We need the relic that provides us with free echoes. That would be nice. I don't think we take this. I think we skip. We already have one for big units, like we just saw. Magic or Merchant of Steel. I like another Concealed Caverns. I really do. And we can finally upgrade here. But again, if we do a meld, we can't fit our units on the same floor that we want. So do we skip or do we do it now? I don't know. What do we do? Do it! And I think we check this, but let's start here real quick. Double stack. Double stacked Force Contamination, the melee weakness bonus there is pretty solid. I will, I think, do this and make it free. Magic Power and Consume. Could make one really good Proclamation. Not super necessary. I like having some damage we can pop out occasionally. Permafrost would have also been a really good one for the forced contamination. It's also pretty good for proclamation, just to make sure that we have the capability of killing one thing. Well, we'll just give the Shattered Shell more health. He's pretty healthy. Do we really need to put the Awoken Hollow in him at this point? I think we do, because it's a buff to the unit behind him, which is a multi-striker. Like, that's the kind of synergy you want between your units. So I think we still want to do the unit melding. We just want more draw, which we're getting by playing our root seeds. I think it does work. Coming up next is another Merchant of Magic and Concealed Caverns. I think we're gonna go there. There is also removal, but I think we wanna go there. So I'm not gonna spend on a purge. I will, however, spend on making root seeds cheaper. What was this? Was this purge again? 30 magic power. Nah, that's too much, too much. We gotta take capacity and then do it here. It's a shame that we don't have any capacity built into the run right now. We're just gonna take 2 capacity and go all in on big units, but it can work, it can work. We've done it before. We've done it before. We need these to be played every time they show up. I'm not gonna upgrade the permafrost though. I'm gonna save the money, go here to the magic. And we can fight this boss. I don't foresee this boss being particularly hard for us. Something else to consider now though is that because we have more damage, more health rather, on Shattered Shell, we don't have to put Shattered Shell with Wildenton. We could put the Awoken Hollow with Wildenton so that the Awoken Hollow buffs Wildenton. Right now, for instance, we have Spreading Spores, we have the Awoken Hollow, we have the Shattered Shell. He can go down here, weaken everything, Wildenton and Awoken Hollow up here for tanking purposes. Awoken Hollow has 75 HP, Shattered Shell has 75 HP, but the Awoken Hollow can get more, and Wildenton can get more. I think that's where we go. I really do. We can play the Engraft on him to keep him going. He's probably gonna live for 7 rounds. I think for this combat, and you know what? Why not? There you go. I think for this combat, this is how we want to do it, for sure. For sure, for sure, for sure, for sure. I know he's gonna take some hits. He's gonna take some hits. I can play a Trained Steward to block for him. That's not a problem. That blocked a lot of damage. It blocked a lot of damage. Buff the crap out of you. Very good, very good. Could have buffed the sweep. We don't need to. The sweep is just a wound units that make it up. We really just want to put big incants on you. Surprised you're living, which is really good for me. Trained Steward is being a very good blocker for us. Now, don't play any spells up there. We could play one, which I will do, because we really do need to have the echoes on the floor. We have nothing, like no units from the Wormkin clan. It's just specifically our normal stuff. Normal clan stuff. Waves remaining 4, you're not even half dead. I think we just let you simmer. You're gonna hit as much as you can. We're going all in on our Awoken Hollow, I think. So, engraft me. Sap me. You're already dead. Let's wound you. I mean, now that we've gotten through our deck a little bit more, you can see that we actually have enough draw. We're drawing 9 cards this turn. That's good enough. It really is. More regen or more health? Ideally both. Let's start with the health, because that's a freebie. That's a freebie. So we're gonna draw 6 next turn. 94 times 2, 100 HP. You're gonna kill both these units in one hit. You're not gonna kill him in one hit, but that's okay. I think we razor sharp and spreading spores. If we want the regen, we want as much as possible. We want as much health as possible on you. I mean, this will provide more than 10 health in a couple of turns. And then buff your damage. And then we don't care about you hitting. You know what? I think I do care about killing you and slowing you down a little bit. Middle floor, or the top floor now, might hit the pyre. Yeah, currently hitting the pyre once. Can play force contamination on that unit or on the boss. Or a sting and a root seeds. It kills the clipped guardian in front and then the second unit dies. I like that more. Yeah, so let's force contamination you. It might only apply on the shattered shell hit, but even if it does 400 damage, yeah, like that's pretty good for effectively free. Oh, you're taking less damage because of the reap. That's okay. Yeah, we're gonna root seeds our front unit. Now you're dead. Keep stacking him reap on the boss because we do want the boss to die at some point. Never mind, we're actually not gonna be attacking at all, which I guess is what we want, because we want specifically Wildenton to hit you for melee weakness. Although Awoken Hollow might attack you for melee weakness. I don't know how that's gonna work itself out later, but for now, we're just gonna keep buffing how we're buffing. I mean, I don't think we're gonna have a problem. You don't summon anything in front of you on the final wave. I don't think we're gonna have a problem. I think we're gonna do enough damage. You're already half dead. I don't know how that happened. Was it just Wildenton hitting you? Like, how are you almost dead? I feel like almost sad for you. I didn't even do anything yet and you're almost dead. All right, so force contamination would only buff 6 times 21 damage. Not that much. I'd have to play 2 spells down there in order to gain the echoes to play it as well. I just want to play up here. Keep giving you HP. There we go. We were doing 400 damage per turn. On Wildenton, which is 600 damage if we had the final version of Wildenton. E.g. if we had the extra multi-strike level. Because currently, you're hitting us once, maybe twice, minus 27. How does this HP actually, like, we're only doing, I don't know. Oh, we're quick. That's why you're only hitting us once. I get it. Awoken's Rail Spike. Big draw. Remove shell. A little late. I guess it's a free infusion, but out of all of this, Awoken's Rail Spike, I think, is what we are looking for to make a deck that is a little bit easier to get through. Even though the root seeds are free, it could still hit other things like fractures. I don't know if it works if it hits a echo transfer. Like it retroactively will reduce the cost of the spell chain before you play it. I don't know. I think you take it though. It's a good enough card. It's a good enough card, especially if you upgrade it too. Now that worked really well. The only problem is that we do not have enough regen in this deck to keep 2 units alive. We barely have enough regen to keep 1 alive. We're gonna go for the capacity. We're gonna merge our units, finally. It's been a long time coming. Intrinsic spell chain, man. It's pretty unfortunate, but intrinsic on Woken's Rail Spike is the best option here because we will have extra energy on turn 1 thanks to Hell's Banners. So there you go. There's our payout from taking Hell's Banners instead of the thing that made the Blights cheaper. Woken Hollow gets... Yeah, okay. I was a little confused for a second because Woken Hollow appeared there, but no. Woken Hollow gets sucked into the ether and turned into a better Shattered Shell. Intrinsic Rail Spike. We're at 115. We don't really need to Spell Chain again. We could Spell Chain and Graft to get more health. It's unnecessary. We could Spell Chain, Rail Spike, unnecessary. Wildwood Sap might be pretty good. We are at a merchant. Let's see what we have. Man, I wish we could have holdover with the Wildwood Sap, but we can't. There's a lot here I like and a lot I don't like. Here's what I don't like. I don't like Echo Infusion Echo Transfer on holdover because that means every turn we're at a -2 charged Echo deficit. We have to play 2 spells to make up that deficit. We have to charge the floor before we can, extract. If Echo Infusion was infused, no pun intended, it's not even a pun, it's just the same word. If Echo Infusion was infused, it would be free. That would be a great holdover target, plus 20 health every turn, just for free. That being said, I think Engraft is good enough for holdover. It's a heal, it's drawing more next turn, it's an energy refund, so it's technically free. It can be used to keep units alive. It'll buff the damage of Wildenton. I think that is acceptable. -1. -1 on Awoken's Rail Spike draws more. -1 on Spreading Spores means it's actually playable. I do like that. -1 on the Wildwood Sap means we can get 2 of them by spell chaining it. It's also very tempting, but I think I want Spreading Spores. Making that free, it actually does matter quite a bit. And I'll put the magic power on this just for the hell of it. Reroll, remove consume. Let me look at the spell chain here real quick. I don't think we spell chain anything right now. I really don't. I think I just want that to be free so we can just get more of them. But let's see what we have here. Ooh, Nexus Spike. How the hell do you work? Okay. A card with extract. You will have the extract cost on the Nexus Spike. If you put for example, if you put a Root Seeds and an Echo Transfer in that order, or Echo Transfer Root Seeds, you'll still have Extract 2. I don't know if it'll be infused or not. So Extract requirements are maintained. But if we put 2 of them together, I wonder if it'll only have Extract 2 and not Extract 4. But that doesn't really matter because we already have enough attack buffs on our units. I don't think we need more. We need more healing. An Engraft might be nice. A Wildwood Sap might be nice. I think Consume also maintains. I hate to do this, but I also don't hate to do this. Nexus Spike. Google first results. Hey, my internet's back. Okay. Burnout, not a problem. Fragile, not a problem. Shroudmitosis, not a problem. Adaptive Mutation, not a problem. Perils of Production, not a problem. Petty Theft, not a problem. Combining AoE and front enemy unit spells. We don't have any AoE. We do have a front enemy unit spell. Several of them. Without an AoE, we're not going to worry about that. Not a problem. The source card's upgrades are ignored. Correct. So we're not going to get like minus cost. We're not going to get holdover or any of that stuff. targeted and non-targeted spells, they're basically in two groups. Targeted spells can only be combined with other targeted spells. So you can't do something like a Sting and a Root Seed, because Sting is untargeted. Root Seed is targeted. Spreading Spore is targeted. Razor Sharp, targeted. Fracture, targeted. Proclamation, non-targeted. Woken's Railspike, non-targeted. Spreading Spores cannot be included in Nexus Spike. Fair. Nexus Spike cannot be included in Nexus Spike. If either card is attuned, both spells will be attuned. So we could do Proclamation Sting, and Sting will be attuned and Proclamation will be attuned. I was kind of hoping we could do like an Engraft, but we have no targeted attuned spell. We have an untargeted attuned spell. If two cards have Extract, Nexus Spike has the higher Extract cost. So if we do both Echo Transfers, it'll have Extract 2, not Extract 4. Good to know. But it won't be infused, so we still actually pay the same penalty. Same, well, not penalty, but price. So I don't think we actually have like a synergy necessarily. Restoration Detonation does not do damage to enemy units, but it does do damage to friendly units. All right, let's not worry about that one. So I think after reading that once again and not really knowing what to think about it, I think I like the Engraft, and if we can, I can Engraft Wildwood Sap. It's good healing. It's not bad. I mean, the thing that we need in the deck is kind of more healing, so. Nexus Spike has Consume, so it'll restore health. It'll restore 1 HP. It's enough for a trigger, though. We'll gain energy, so it'll only cost 1 energy to play Nexus Spike. We'll draw a card, and it'll give 5 regen. That doesn't seem that good in hindsight. That seems kind of lame. The problem is most of our spells are cheap, so I think we just do it. It's a regen card. We can make it cheap potentially. It's not like a great payout. Play Engraft, play Wildwood Sap. I don't even know if this works because it says play Engraft. It doesn't actually have the number on the card. Will this buff it? I don't know. I could make it cost 3 and not exhaust. That doesn't seem very good. I'm just gonna leave it as is, I think. I think I'm just gonna leave it as is. All right. I don't know. That seems weird. That seems weird. Non-boss enemy units enter with spikes 5. This is one of the trials that I think you probably just can't take. It's too dangerous. Because that's a ton of damage. A ton of damage. It is more damage than you think. So we're not gonna worry about it. I will put a branded warrior out there to die. I will also play the Rail Spike and draw 5. And we got a few good cards. A few good cards. A few good cards. Buff you. And we'll play this. You have a lot of HP. The real question is, can we do enough damage to kill you by the time you move up? I don't know. I have to get Wildenton to 144 damage pretty much. We're not gonna get the gold. Let's not even worry about it. Deal 10 damage. I'd rather have the sweep buff. We don't need to play this now. We need the damage. And I'll reap you just in case that's enough damage to help us kill you, but I think that unit's gonna hit the pyre. They're not gonna have multi-strike at the very least, which is good. But you know what? Force contamination kills you, so what am I worried about? And you have less health. We gotta be careful though, because we do not want to run out of charged echoes to play all of the spells that we want to play. But I think this one's important enough. Health or damage? Probably damage. And we can just murder you, and we can't play this, but that's totally fine. All right. Not really taking very much damage at all, are we? Spreading spores. Echo transfer. Root seeds. Echo transfer. Currently at 450 damage. It's pretty good. Our sweeper. Our sweeper is no longer that. It's no longer that important that he gets the kills, but it is still nice that he's getting the kills. You know, it's nice that we're scaling some damage. And I will continue to do so happily and merrily. $59 times 2. That's a lot of damage, but you're gonna die because we're quick. It's pretty easy for us to kill you, actually. So what was I worried about? We're gonna be fine. I don't even need to fracture you. Like, there's just no point. I can hit you for 150. All right, graft, spreading spores, root seeds, root seeds, root seeds. Ton of charged echoes on the floor, and you're dead. And you're only hitting us once, because we are doing 600 damage plus per round. Fantastic, and in fact, I can't see your buffs. Unfortunately, Shattered Shell attacks first. It is what it is. It's fine. It doesn't matter. We're okay. But if I can crank on the damage a little bit more. You know, let's crank on your damage. There you go. Now we're killing you in one hit. Perfect. Burn out. Not one hit, one turn. Excuse me, princess. Draw more. Spikes, healing spells cost less. Believe it or not, I don't think we need to draw more with Invigorating Solution. We have 5 root seeds and 2 stinks. We have 7 cards that don't count against our draw, and we have the Awoken Rail Spike early, and we have Engraft drawing it itself every turn. Yeah, I think we can skip. Deal 5 damage to all enemy units per echo, and it's infused. We do damage to enemy units just by sweeping. I don't think we need that. Merchant of Magic with a Hellvent. Merchant of Steel with Unstable Vortex. We could buy 1 relic. We could also dupe 1 card. If we want to dupe like a Spreading Spores, that's not too bad. That's a lot of regen for free every time we shuffle. I think we get more value by duplicating whatever spell we want. Like, hell, just duplicating Engraft. It's a nice heal and it draws itself every turn and it has 0 energy cost. Like, that's solid. Even that I think is worth more than removal, because once we draw them, we're happy to have them. -2. Hey, finally! We can put this on Nexus Spike or Awoken's Rail Spike. If we put this on Nexus Spike, it might consume. Double stack. I don't know if that works, but might not want it. I don't know. Ooh, we have to. I mean, this is these are both good. Echo Seedling means the first time we play Awoken's Rail Spike, we'll probably get 2 of them, because we're not gonna wait to draw regen. When a card with Extract is played, gain energy and draw 1, or sorry, not gain energy and draw 1, gain energy and gain an Echo means that Echo Transfer and Echo Infusion are now freebies instead of having a negative cost. It's very good It's not that big of a problem on the run, but I think the relic itself is worthwhile. It's also an energy buff because the Echo Transfer and Echo Infusion is free on the spell chain version. In fact, by playing these, you get a net change of Echoes of 0 and 1 extra energy. And you get to play each one of these twice. Yeah, I think you have to take that. It might even be enough for me to be like, okay, dupe it. Like, Echo Transfer, yeah, we need the damage. It's free. In fact, I think I'm gonna do that. It's 10, gets us to 125. We can get the 150. I don't really want to. But theoretically we could, you know, Nexus Spike, make it cost -2, or put this in the Awoken's Rail Spike, Purge and cost -1, put this on Fracture. We don't need as many of these anymore because now we have the freebies from Echoes. And then you dupe, and then all of a sudden you have 150, which means we'll get the book. A book. The big book. I don't know, it's tempting. It's very tempting. Can't buy anything. But I want the book. I never get the book though. I always get like 100 armor, which is not what I'm looking for. All right, we're gonna dupe this. Enemies do so much freaking damage. I mean, making this free does make it way easier to play. Making this draw more means that it could hit Nexus Spike, but it won't be playable. I think I'm okay making Nexus Spike free to play because we get the energy refund out of it. We get more regen, which means we get more healing. It could not consume and be replayable. And at which point we might as well just play the Purge just to do it, right? I'll do it. It's fun. Maybe. We could have also melded Train Stewards, but I'm just gonna do this. Friendly units enter with sap. That's not a big deal. We're gonna play on the top floor. Hello, my honey. Hello, my baby. Hello, my ragtime girl. Hey, there's my Fracture. Siren of the Sea, you might live. You're probably not gonna live, but you might live. Good luck. We're still playing this here. And we're still playing this here. And we're still playing this here. And we're still playing these here. And we're still gonna be playing this here. So you know what? We're not doing anything on you. You're gonna hopefully take the aggro from Seraph next turn, and then you're just gonna die. At least the damage shield is gonna go down pretty quickly. All right, you're dead, perfect. Everyone's gonna have armor, it's not gonna matter. We're gonna punch through it. You might live. You're not gonna live. You have to the other thing about this is that you have to have the Echoes to play the card to begin with. I'm fine with that. Energy refund. Energy refund. Energy neutral. Whatever. I'm doing this specifically to make sure we can kill that frontliner, because now he's gonna have the melee weakness. So he is dead, everyone's dead. We're hitting you twice. Love it. I mean, I think we got him. I think ladies and gentlemen, we got him. You're taking 315 damage? 70 of that is from this. Just don't play it. Why not play it? You're taking less damage? Why are you What? Oh, well, because we cost ourselves an echo, but we're not killing you any faster. Because we were already killing you in one hit with the sweeper. All right, so not like that matters, okay? That's not a decision that matters. That's not a change that matters. This matters, though. These echo transfers. I mean, we just buffed the damage of Wildenton by 180 in one turn. 30 plus 30, and then times 3. Correct me if my math is wrong there, but I'm pretty sure that's a pretty solid buff. Yo, Awoken's Rail Spike. You're playable? Well, we gotta do it. Let's extract so we get more energy. Let's extract so we get more energy. Now we'll do it. It hit nothing. It does retroactively, or not retroactive, it preactively works on Echo Transfer, because now it's free. And this is free, and this is free. So we've got our energy back by drawing. And this is why you don't, and you're taking 1,000 damage. You don't always need draw. You can make the draw work, especially if you have the alts Awoken. You got some pretty sick draw on the deck. At consumed. But we got to play it twice, I think. You have 19 regen, that's actually quite a lot. Go ahead, it doesn't, like, your sap doesn't matter. I have 600 damage right now. Sting and, do we need energy? If we don't need energy, we don't need to play Proclamation. Like, if we don't have a draw, killing a unit doesn't matter, it doesn't save us any damage. Although it might mean we can hit Seraph an additional time. Yeah? It also consumed a card. Did it? No, yes it did, right there. And we're not really taking any damage because we're quick. This will work up until it doesn't, by the way. This will work up until we hit a moment where, oh, enemy units aren't dying, and oh, what the heck, I have to kill you somehow. But we are doing 1,000 damage per turn, so far so good. I'm just gonna hit end turn. Gotta work on my score, my speed, man. I need the points. 6? Did we really only play the Spikes card 3 times? Armor. It's still not bad. 100 armor is worth it. If you were guaranteed to get one or the other, getting to 150 pack shards would be a little bit better, but you're not guaranteed to get one or the other. You're not guaranteed to get anything. It's like a 50-50 chance you get anything, and a 50-50 chance it's the armor or the book. So it's a 50% chance you get nothing, 25% chance you get the armor, 25% chance you get the book, I think. The percentages might be different than reality. Damage shield. Damage shield's the worst because it pretty much means they're gonna hit the pyre. Okay, well we have questions that we need to answer. Are we gonna play on the top or are we gonna play on the bottom? We're probably gonna play on the bottom because the sweep means we don't really need to play on the top, do we? Playing on the bottom means that Wildenton won't take as much damage from the sweep. When we get in Graft, we can play it on Wildenton, but we would have to draw it within like 2 turns exactly. This is a tough call, and I always regret my decision when I play my units here. What do we need? Do we need to play on the bottom so that Wildenton is safe, or can we afford to play on the top and keep Wildenton alive by playing and Graft every turn when it shows up? Because when spreading spores, when the regen buffs Shattered Shell, it will buff Wildenton as well because of the regen trigger. Well, the regen just heals him and then it'll buff Wildenton's HP for each one that we play. And this is a tough call. It buys us 2 turns to grow. Big units will have 2 additional turns to make it up. We can put melee weakness on the big boys so we can kill them. We can play Echo Infusion on Wildenton when it shows up. We can play Spreading Spores on him. Probably won't. We'll probably just play the Engraft on him. We could play the Nexus Spike on him. We have 2 options in that case. I think we can play top. I do think we can play top. I'm gonna give it a go. It's gonna hurt for a little bit. Wickless Tycoon. What a good unit to grab. Oh, little Wickless. Little Wickless for us. It means that these guys are not gonna hit the pyre because we can just reap them as they move up. Not that worried. Getting the Engraft immediately and it being free is the best thing that we could have asked for. Because now it means that we made the correct decision. That's going to keep Wildenton alive every turn, or we can play it on Shattered Shell to keep buffing Wildenton and, you know, healing this unit. We are fine. We are not going to have a problem. You just come out here and die. You don't matter. The Fractures, we want to crunch the damage shields. Start at the back, then you hit the front. Yeah. We'll probably draw like another Reap or a Sting to hit you, so I'm just actually going to... might consume it. The consumption would be good if that happens, because I want this out of my deck. But basically, we have to play Root Seeds and then play... No, we don't. We can just play it. It did preserve, which is not what I wanted, but I thought in my head I had to play the Root Seeds down there to get the energy to do so, like the echoes, but by playing it and extracting, we got 1 echo for free. So we were able to get the Reap damage, which will dump the damage shield on those 2 units. That's the entire reason I played Reap to begin with. All right, we're fine. Keep you going, and your damage shields are done. Done, dusted, and dead. Fractures don't really matter. It doesn't matter where I play them because this guy is just gonna... It's just gonna crush him anyways. Like, he's gonna take 8 damage and then the Reap's gonna go away. Who cares? What I will do though, dump the Train Steward, keep buffing Wildenton. We could buff the Sweeper, that's not necessary right now. You're dead? No, you're not. Everyone here is dead. Now might be a good time to play a couple of Echo Transfers on the Shattered Shell. Now that we have them, the sweep damage means that we'll hit more damage breakpoints for killing units. If we can get to 70 damage, we're gonna gain more damage from the Slay. But it is worth more here with the multi-strike. But this is effectively multi-strike, right? It's multi-strike 4. If you have a setup like this, a sweeper and a multi-striker, the sweeper is probably just as good as the multi-striker as far as damage bonuses go, until you hit Relentless, in which case it's only 1 enemy that you're hitting constantly. But what I'll do is I'll mix it up. 2 on the front, 2 on the back. That way we're hitting 73. Da-da-da-da. That was stupid. There's no reason to do that. We're just giving him a damage shield for no reason. Not damage shield, armor. Not even a spell shield. What am I talking about? This is where you want Force Contamination. We need 1 Echo to play it. You have to have the cost, and then you get a refund afterwards. Well, we actually need to play a couple, but we'll get there. Engraft needs to be played. Spreading Spores needs to be played. Echo Infusion needs to be played. I'll play Echo Infusion on Wildenton, I think. But I need to kill you too. How are we gonna kill you? I don't think if I Root Seeds you, it buffs you on the top floor, so I kind of want to just use that as the dump. I could give you health, and that would give us a... Well, it's a net neutral, actually. Gotta think about this for a minute. You need the damage. Well, you're taking a lot of damage. I'll give it to you. Give these to you. The armor is not gonna save you. I guess we're not gonna be playing Force Contamination. Whoops. Whoops. That's fine. Let's start buffing Wildenton because we need that single target damage. And you know, you can take one of these just to make sure you survive. And then Force Contamination, sure, why not? Now you're taking 600 damage, boss. At least we shuffled, so we're gonna have a chance to draw it again. Minus 40. Why? Good God. Okay, well, let's think about this for a minute. So you're getting 40 armor on 2 units dying. Is that correct? That's correct. So you're dying in one hit, you're dying in one hit, you're taking 100 and then a little bit more from you. So you are just taking 40 damage. That's a lot. That's a lot. I think I'll just heal you. You'll keep Wildenton alive. There's no spikes later on. Well, as you, but you're gonna die in one hit. We have 400 damage on you. That's not bad. I could save 3 health by playing 2 stings. I'm not gonna do that. If we don't have melee weakness, there's no real reason to or not to play the fracture here. So we'll do it just to hurt you. You're gonna hit the pyre, but I've got a shield on the pyre, so it's not that bad. The armor kept you alive. We need more heals. We're hurting. We're hurting on that top floor. 18. Taking 32. Thankfully, we have Echo Infusion, because that would suck if you died. Kinda need you to not die, my friend. We're gonna give you some HP. We're gonna give you some damage. We will kill the backliner. And if we kill you before you attack, it saves us 18. So we're gonna crank on Wildenton. There we go. Now we're only taking 8 damage, because we're killing the Chain of the Sighted before they can attack. You're worth reaping. So you drop the spikes. Now, do we buff Wildenton's damage and lower his health by 2? I'm gonna say no. We have enough damage at this point. We're killing all these units in one hit. I don't want to risk missing the math and just lowering the health enough that he dies. So I'm just not gonna worry about it. Now, we need more. What do we need more of? Everything. We need more heals. That's the big one. That's the real big one, Jesus. 800. 7 spikes, my God. Makes me want to buff Wildenton. Spreading Spores is coming. More Spreading Spores is coming. I'm gonna give one to you. I gotta keep you both alive at this point. Actually, you're gonna take almost 800 damage, almost 700 damage, and you're gonna get hit by Wildenton once, so you're not that much of a problem anymore. That's good. Don't mess with it too much. Wildenton's low! Oh, I hope this is the right call playing up here. Hope it's the right call. We're gonna draw 3. We have the energy in hand to play everything. We drew another Spreading Spores, which is great. So we're gonna keep you going. You're living. Minus 20, my God, minus 13, you're gonna be at 7. I gotta keep you both going, I do. I wish I didn't have to. If you live to hit the pyre, I don't really care. You have Spell Shield 1. Okay, now we're only taking 7 damage and 9 damage, a little bit better. You're taking 300 damage. You're not a problem. Okay. 11 HP. It's a shame that this exhausted. It's a shame that both of these exhausted, but that's why we have Spreading Spores. And Echo Infusion, but Echo Infusion's getting, it's a little slow. And we're one wave away from being done. I hope we have the HP to survive one more wave. So I think we start buffing Wildington, because he's gonna have to solo the boss. Force Contamination on the boss seems pretty appropriate. Taking 1,200 damage. I think we just buff Wildington right now. He doesn't have that much regen, but that's fine. So he's gonna get stronger. He's doing 21 damage. He's only taking 300. We might have lost. We might have lost. 300 damage. 1,173. We don't do enough damage on the pyre to keep him going, I don't think. No. 1,315. Yeah, the pyre doesn't have the damage to kill him with 1,000 HP remaining. It might have been better to play on the bottom. I thought we had enough to play it on the top here, but our heals, the other two heals that we had in the deck got consumed, so we only had Spreading Spores and the Engraft, which I guess just wasn't good enough. We should have doubled Engraft. What did we double instead? Another Echo Transfer? The damage isn't the problem. We just need the health. We had 3 of them. Yeah, we should have doubled up on the Engraft. The healing would have been enough, even on the top floor. But we could have also played on the bottom. Let's do it. You know, I'm all for learning. You know, we didn't have the health to survive. I thought we did. So what happens if we play on the bottom? Let's do a little bit of an A/B test. I like doing this, actually. I'm not doing it for the win. I don't care about winning. I don't care about win streaks. It's more about the knowledge. Okay, that didn't work. What does work? You know? Okay, well, you're just dead at what doesn't matter. So the idea is, what does work here? Let's find out. It also means that if you play on the bottom, it's very minor, but if you play on the bottom, you have one fewer wave. Well, if you play on the top, you have one fewer wave to deal with, but if you play on the bottom, when you hit Relentless, there's nothing here. So it's not really that you have one less wave to deal with, it's just that you don't have to really deal with it. If that makes any sense. Probably doesn't. But that's okay. So I think, yeah, I think we'll just let it go. That's just gonna hit the spell shield. Let's see what happens on the bottom. You know what? We have the armor to tank some damage. Maybe that's enough. Although I'm looking at this right now and I'm like, do we have the ability to tank this damage? Like, do you see how much damage is happening here? Also, the cards that were consuming are now preserving. Is that not seeded? Or maybe I'm playing them in a different order and that's affecting things? I don't know. I really don't. This is honestly what I expected, though. I expected to not have, yeah, the survivability to really sustain on this wave. We bought ourselves more time because if I remember correctly, next turn we draw a bunch of the Echo Transfers. Is that correct? But Wildington dying here, you know, not Wildington, sorry. The tank dying there basically means that we're done. There's Echo Infusion, by the way. By playing on the top, you have more time. You have more time to draw the things that you need. We can still give it a shot, though, but I highly doubt that this will work. Perhaps? We have enough, though. We have to make sure that you live, though. Well, you know what? Kill that unit in one hit. Hey, you're living! Beautiful. And you're only taking 42 damage on this turn. No, we are absolutely toast. And I think I've identified what went wrong. We didn't have enough heals. I thought we did. All right, kill my pyre. Kill my pyre. Blah. And where, see, if I really cared about streaking, that's where I would cut the video and start it up again and be like, okay, we're gonna try it now. And then the RNG will work in my favor. See, I don't care. I wanted the A/B test. As expected though, that one was harder. But the mistake was a second or third echo transfer. We didn't need the damage. We were getting through the deck quickly. We had forced contamination to kill big things that were making it through. That's why we took it. That's why we double stacked it. What we needed was another engraft. One more engraft. Playing that thing 10 times, it's 100 HP. That would have been enough to kill the final boss at the end there. And we could have actually spent more time regenning the tank in the front, or put the regen on Wildington in the back, or spread it out more. It doesn't really matter. But yeah, I think a second engraft would have been better. Yeah. The Nexus Spike wasn't really particularly effective either. We don't really have good spells for Nexus Spike. Theoretically, if we had Carving Karuska before Nexus Spike, I would have Nexus Spiked 2 Echo Transfers. I probably would have done that. And then we could have doubled up on the engraft. We would have had enough damage. I felt like we needed more damage for the Echo Transfer, but in the end we didn't. We just needed the health. Can I say though, no healing cards showed up except for Engraft, Spreading Spores, and Wildwood Sap. I think there was another Wildwood Sap that I said no to on the first event, but it's not like I just didn't take heals. None really showed up, which was a shame. It's one small benefit to starting as the base Awoken and not the Exile Awoken, because the restores aren't very good, but you can buff them with 10 magic power, 20 magic power, and consume, and then they're good one-off heals to keep you going. The where were they? The root seeds. Really, the only thing you can do with these is make them cheaper. Double stack doesn't work. Frost works, but why? Magic power doesn't work. Remove consume doesn't work. Magic power and consume doesn't work. Plus 30 magic power doesn't work. Intrinsic works. Spell chain works. Those are not really the types of upgrades you're looking for root seeds. The only thing you can really do is make it cheaper, make it holdover. What I'm saying is that with the base clan, you have more options. What do you want to do with the restores? Probably you're not going to put double stack on it or freeze, but you can at least give them more healing, make them consume, make them cheaper so you can get the regen triggers out. A little bit better than the root seeds, I think. I like root seeds for the draw, but I wish that, I don't know what I wish for. The magic power would work with it. How would that work? I don't know. I just wish they were better. Apply one attack, heal for one. Maybe that's too strong. Anyways. Fun run, though. A 1-unit run. It almost worked. Yeah, just needed a little bit more healing. A little bit more healing would have done it. Oh, you know what? Duplicating Echo Infusion would have been nice, too. That or Engraft would have been nice. I made a mistake there. I can't go back in time and do that, though. I wish you could, like, hey, let me go back to the Seraph the Temperament and continue from here, but who cares? For now, for those of you on YouTube, thank you very much for watching. Like the video if you've enjoyed it. Subscribe for more. Check me out on Twitch for when I go live. Support the channel at the various links below in the video description, and I hope to see you here again for the next run of Monster Train.